So, greetings to everyone. We really appreciate you guys joining the webinar, and we will start the webinar, right? So, first of all, let me introduce you Metrics as an organization. Okay, so Metrics as an organization was established in 1991. So, basically, we can say that our products are proven into the market as we are not any young startup or someone. We have a very good base, which is situated in the west part of Gujarat, India. You can see our corporate office. You can see our two R&D centers, and you can also see our factory unit. And apart from this, most the most important thing which I would like to highlight is that all our products are researched, designed, and manufactured in India. So we are not any OEM manufacturer. We have our own designs, we have our own patents, we have our own manufacturing unit, and we design our own products. So as I said that we have two R&D centers. So everything right from research, design and manufacturing happens inside these world-class certified R&D centers. All our both of our R&D centers are having all the certifications required to design and develop world-class products and to export it across any of the countries across the globe. This is just a glimpse of our production line, our packaging unit, how our QA happens, and how our products are manufactured in house. These are some of the certifications which say that we are capable to sell our products in any part of the globe. Apart from this, all our products are certified for CE, FCC. Some of the products are UL certified as well. So we do have the regional certifications as well, which you can get upon request, which ensures how capable are we to sell our products in your local markets as well. Coming towards our main agenda, metrics visitor management solution. So nowadays we have seen a good and a huge wave of digitization. Every organization wants to go contactless. Every organization wants to automate their process using one or the other software. Then why not visitor management? So how this visitor management will help you, or what are the key reasons wherein visitor management solution should be implemented? As I said, nowadays we are seeing a huge wave of digital transformation, so we are reducing paperwork as much as possible. We are being more organized and we pre-plan our visitors visits as well. That helps us to stay up to date, and we get regular reminders if we have a proper pre-planning. Eliminate the end moment long queues. So we have generally observed that just recently all the physical meetings and everything has been started. So we really observe that people or the visitors won't encourage long queues, right? As social distancing is one of the key factor. On time field meetings. So once we have our complete plan ready a day before, or we get a schedule in the morning, that helps us to reach at the right place at right time. Definitely, this also helps us to address two critical security factors. One is our internal people security, and second one is the physical assets which are present inside our premises. Not only that, but data security is also highly appreciated nowadays. So we need to take care of all the logs which are happening and which are being gathered and which are being generated because of the visitors. And the most important part is we have to prevent unauthorized entries of a visitor who is coming inside our premises. Now we will explain that how and where all at which places you can deploy the our visitor management solution. Before that, this is our normal visitor management flow, that how we will automate the entire process. So in our case, if we are planning to pre-register or pre-plan a visit, then host needs to log in into the visitor management utility, and then host will prepare a visit schedule. So as soon as the host prepares the visit schedule, the visitor will receive an alert. The other option of self-registration is also available, wherein host need not to plan anything, but visitor upon reaching our organization will use tablet or any medium to self check in, so that the host is also notified that there is a visitor who is waiting to meet him or her. Once the registration is done, then the visitor plans the meeting. Visitor will reach at our organization. So rather than standing into the queues, he or she can directly showcase the notification which is received, and based on that, the security personnel or the concerned admin person can allow that visitor, and visitor can meet the host inside our premises. So there are three ways wherein you can deploy our visitor management solution. Number one is, if you have any tablet or kiosk, you can install our visitor management software utility over there. And this is very much useful for self check-in options. Second is mobile based VMS. This really helps the host as well as visitor to check their visit schedule, to check whom are they going to meet next or in the entire day. Third, and the very common utility, is a desktop based utility which can be installed at multiple security gates or multiple receptions, wherein both the options are available to pre register or on the spot registration as well. Just a glimpse, this is the actual GUI installed in a tablet. So it's very user friendly. You can write down the host name, you can write down the visit date. There is a very beautiful feature of repeat visit, which I will cover in my upcoming slides. I can enter the agenda of the visit as well. So this is a user friendly GUI which can be used by any of the visitors to do the self check-in. Second one is mobile based GUI. So we have a very uh, organized mobile application wherein you will get calendar wise visit schedules. And in case you have set up any scenario like there should be any approval before the visit is scheduled, so we will discuss the approval scenarios in our upcoming slide as well. Third is desktop based utility. So this is a very good utility. You can see that there are a lot of features which are available. Number one is, you can see the pre-registered visitor list. You can see who are the new visitors. Sorry. You can also blacklist couple of visitors in case you are not willing that some visitors enter the premises. You can also check frequent visitors list. You can also get a status that how many visitors are pre-registered, how many are new visitors, how many visits are currently ongoing, and how many visitors are standing outside. You can collect all the required information, right, from visitor name, mobile number, organization, who is the host, everything. And on your right hand side, you would be able to see that we can also capture a visitor photo. That is another good utility, how, which I will definitely explain in upcoming slides as well. So this is a very user friendly GUI. This maintains all the data in a very organized manner as well. Now I will highlight the main visitor management features which stands apart Metrics solution from the competitor brands. First one is visit creation. So as you saw in all the three deployment scenarios, it's very easy to create the to visit, right? Plus you can also have a approval hierarchy, or if you wish to have certain modifications. So it's very user friendly, and the visit can be created in a fraction of second as well. Another beautiful functionality is you will have role based login, wherein if I am a host, I will be able to see my set of visits. I will have a complete separate GUI. If I am a visitor, I will have a complete different GUI. And if I am a security person, so I will have a my own login with limited information to be displayed. So we can control the information which we share to the particular user. Third advantage is visit approvals. So we generally see that the higher level of the management people require certain visit approvals, right? So this really helps in pre-planning if we have the approvals in place. So if it's approved, so this is very much clear that the system has a record of the next day or next week or next month visit for a particular person. The most important feature is if you are planning to issue an RFID card, or you are planning to enroll face, or you are planning to enroll finger, so we can control that what doors or what devices a particular visitor can access. So we can only give them access for the reception area or maybe a particular office, and we won't give them access for other critical areas. Another important feature is digital badging. So this eliminates the long queues, which means if you have done the pre-registration or the self-check-in, you will be marked digitally that this particular visitor has already given the required pre-enrollment details, and he or she need not to stand in long queues and can directly enter the premises. The very useful feature, I could say that, because of this one feature, we have closed many of our customer orders, that is repeat visit. So we all have certain vendors wherein, they visit our office premises maybe once, twice, thrice. You can take scenario of delivery personnel, you can take scenario of food delivery person, right? So repeat visit is available, which means once if any of the visitor is enrolled in our system, and if he or she plans multiple visits in the week, multiple visits in the month, right? So he or she need not to do the enrollment process again. Upon showing the face or upon showing the alert of the visit, he or she can directly enter into the premise. Visitor management features, continuing the same thing. Visit live monitoring. So this is a very useful feature. Assuming that I am a security personnel or maybe I am an administrator, and I want to check that at a particular point of time how many visitors are present inside our premises. So I can get an accurate count that, currently these many 5, 10 meetings are ongoing. So we have these many visitors inside our premises. Plus, I can easily forecast that, how many other visitors are planned for the day, planned for the week. Moving next, we have very easy options of check-in, check-out, so that visitors need not to worry. There isn't any complex process. They can surrender the pass at any of the security gate, or once the visit is ended. So we have a very user-friendly check-in, check-out policy. Multiple credential support. So as I said, in case we are planning to give them access on our biometric devices, whether it is card, whether it is finger, whether it is face, or nowadays mobile is a credential. So we do have Bluetooth based solution as well, right? So we are open for all sort of credential support. And the most important part is considering any customer organization who is having multiple buildings, right? Or who is having a little bit of large setup, more than one office or multiple entry gates. And I, as an IT administrator, wants all the logs to be real time pushed at the central server just for my record purposes. So in our case, all the logs will be automatically pushed real time to the server. And in case there is no internet connectivity and you are using matrix devices, so once the internet connectivity is back to normal, all the logs will be pushed in synchronized manner, date wise, time wise. You need not to do any manual thing in that. Another important factor is we can integrate it with a printer, wherein you can print a paper pass just for the visitor purpose, and he or she can keep the pass as well. Another important feature is instant notifications to visitors. So let's take an example that if I am planning to visit Kunal tomorrow, so I will just create a pre-visitor as Kunal, and as soon as the visit is created, he will receive email as well as SMS notifications that he is going to meet Parth tomorrow at so and so place for so and so purpose. Coming towards reports, we support multiple reports in multiple formats. One of the very good report is visitor access denied. This gives us an idea that who are the visitors who are loitering inside the premise and not at the appropriate place where they need to be. We can get a let's say if we are planning to give some giveaways to certain visitors who are coming to our premises, so we can always download the pre-registered visitor list and we can prepare our giveaways accordingly. We can check that whether all the visitors are enrolled. We can check visitor punch details. So we have very good reporting utility, so which will help you to even customize your own report. Now we all know that we are moving towards digital transformation, so we have created a very short video which you can broadcast in your existing customers and get their feedback that are you looking for such solutions, and that would really help you to generate leads as well. So this is a very normal video. It will cover the entire process, right? So this is, as we discussed, that what is the need of visitor management solution. So it will be a completely centralized monitoring and a one-stop solution for all the visitors. So this is the process flow that we can plan, register, notified. You can deploy it at multiple places, mobile. So this is the mobile application view. So this is the self-registration platform. So some of the key features which we discussed. So this helps to digitize the entire visitor process within any organization. So now we have a customer case study wherein we will try to highlight certain pain points that why this customer went with Metrics Visitor Management solution. And to present the same solution, we have Mr. Pranshu from our product management team. So over to you, Pranshu.
Yeah. So good day to all who have participated into the webinar. So talking about the case study, right? It was for the healthcare verticals. Now, when it comes to things like healthcare verticals, right? One of the most foremost thing which comes into the mind is the segregation of the visitor, right? And the people and the staff of the hospital, right? How we basically segregate it and provide a kind of a solution which caters visitor management at the same time also the staff management together, right? So the pain point of the customer which comes into the mind is that a visitor is a kind of is a group of people will be visiting that organization for a very first time, right? So they need to have a kind of an access route, right? They need to have a kind of a defined place where they need to meet the patient, right? So those that is one of the very major point when it comes to visitor management, right? The second point is the management of the credential, right? As it's an hospital, right? So every areas are not to be visited by the visitor itself, right? So making it a kind of and restricting some of the areas and providing only those areas to the visitor itself, right? So those, that is the second pain point. The third pain point being the management of the staff itself with the visitor, right? The segregation which I talked, right? So these were the main point, main pain point, I would say, of the customer. right? So with that, the application that what metrics provided was, it comprised of three things together, right? Visitor management is a kind of thing which needs to be integrated with access control, right? Metrics have got a very good platform for providing a kind of a solution which has got visitor management integrated with physical access control, right? Physical access control means a device based access control, that means with kind of a credential, right? As uh, Parth basically briefed you about the credential, that was face, finger, card, right? All those things can be integrated with the visitor, right? Which makes it more viable, which makes it more securized when it comes to visitor, right? So that being a portion of visitor management, at the same time, time attendance as a, as I would say, add-on facilities was being provided by the by the metrics, right, for the staff management of the hospital, right? So this were the application which were being provided by metrics as a whole solution to that organization. The thing, the segregation of the visitor and the I would say the staff was done according to the credential technology. That means that a visitor will be visiting the organization, right? So they are a frequent visitor, but they can be provided with a kind of an credential like card, right, which they will be accessing onto defined devices, right? So card as a credential was being provided to the visitors itself, right, that make them very easy to use, right? But for the staff management and for a kind of an shift scheduling of the staff, right, one of a very core area of also time management when it comes to healthcare sectors, right, about their shifts, right, all those things were also being catered using fingerprint as a credential, right? Because they will be coming to that premises, they will be marking their punch, they will be starting their shift. So all those things was being catered using fingerprint as a credential, right? So basically it facilitate the staff management to to start their shift at a defined time, to complete that shift at a given time, right? And all those things were getting captured into the database, right? So that was the way how the visitor and the staff management of the hospital were being categorized, right? Talking about the solution which was being offered, right, as I told you that visitor don't need to, visitor are basically defined to meet the patient itself, right? So they need to be at a defined place, right? So those kind of an access route management, right, with visitor solution together, that was being provided as a kind of a solution to them, right? Because when a visitor visits an organization, let's say he needs to meet a patient, right, at room number 101, right? So he or she will only be provided to reach that organ, that room, right, the route which is required to reach there, right? So those kind of things will be was being provided as a kind of a solution, right, for making that visitor reach that destination seamlessly, right? The other thing when which comes into the picture is a kind of a time based access control. Now time based access control with visitor management is that you might be knowing that it is a kind of an healthcare premise, right? So the visitor have a kind of a defined time to reach the organization to meet the patient, right? So there is a kind of a time bound during which only the visitors can make the visits, right? So those kind of provision were also being provided using time access control, right? And at the same time, as I told you that for the entry restriction, a kind of an access route restriction, right, to the visitor, that means that they need to follow a defined path through which they will reach the destination according to whom they are meeting, right? So those were the kind of a solution which has been provided. At the same time, what benefit they got from it, right? This is what I've talked about, the solution, the application, how the solution was been provided, right? The thing, I would we have listed it into three benefits which they have received, right? That is a kind of an, as I told you, time based access control, and at the same time you also get a kind of a zone based access control. Zone based access control basically briefs you about that only a defined place needs to be visited by the visitor. At the same time bounding provided to the visitor, right? So all those clubbing with physical access control was being provided by a metrics, and this was a kind of a very I would say add-on functionality, right, or a kind of an add-on feature which was being provided by metrics as a solution. Moving forward, improved security. Why? Credentials are being used for making the visits, right? When credentials are being used for marking the visit, right, any discrepancy with the visitor coming into the organization can be reduced, right? So this was the second benefit. At the same time, a kind of an staff management, right? For a shift schedule management of the staff was being provided using time and attendance solution, right? So all those things together, clubbed together, was being provided to the healthcare vertical, one of the healthcare vertical, which they were using a kind of an 200 devices. As you know, that it was a kind of a huge healthcare center, right, where device was being placed at different floors, at also for at one of some of the restricted areas where only staff can use it, right? So all those things were being catered, and that was the solution which was being provided by the metrics as a solution, as a whole solution, comprising access control, time attendance, and visitor management. So basically, now I'll ask Parth to move further, and so over to you, Parth.
So thank you, Pranshul, for sharing us a wonderful case study. And we have a very exciting news that we will be giving certificate of participation to all the attendees. You will receive an email once the webinar is complete. You will need to fill in your basic details, and upon that you will receive a very beautiful certificate of participation as well. So another important thing which I would like to highlight with Matrix is that we are not just limited to visitor management solution. We are a trusted brand since 3 decades. We have a range of solutions which includes IP video surveillance, access control, time attendance, canteen management, visitor management, contract worker management, as well telecommunication products which includes gateways, IP phones, digital phones, IPPBX, hybrid PBX, analog PBX as well. One most important and very useful thing with metrics, that why 2500 or maybe 3000 plus partners are loyal with us since ages, is we always give them an upsell opportunity, which means, let's say you are starting with a time attendance solution or a visitor management solution with your customer. So I am sure as a system integrator, you might be selling a lot of other things. If you are selling access control or visitor management, might be requirement of CCTV, there might be requirement of PBX, cables, locks. So with metrics, you always have an opportunity to upsell, right? And that really reduces one of the biggest pain area of coordinating with multiple brands. So I am sure that for the same customer, you might be dealing with some X vendor for CCTV, Y vendor for access control, and maybe Z vendor for telecom products. What if you have a one-stop solution for it? So for any organization, we could cater their and complete physical security plus communication solution. And the beautiful part about is that all the three solutions can be integrated with each other, which means you can integrate metrics, IP video surveillance with access control, time attendance for a centralized command and monitoring. Also, you can integrate certain features of PBX with our access control. So you will be only coordinating to one vendor and sufficing multiple needs of your customers. So this is a very unique thing, or we are one of the rarest vendor who would provide you such upscale opportunities. We are having more than million plus customers. We are having more than 60 plus solutions. We are not just present in 50 plus countries, but as far as the latest report includes, I think we have reached more than 80 plus countries. Our biggest business is in US, followed by Middle East, followed by Africa, followed by European countries. So we are present in any part of the world. So our products are proven into the market. It can be installed in cold regions. It can be installed in hot regions. It can be installed in moist regions as well. So these are some of our renowned customers, specifically talking about visitor management solutions, right? You must have heard the name Hyatt hotel chain. You must have heard the Burger King. You must have heard the FMCG brand Coca-Cola, right? You must have definitely heard GW Marriott, right? So there are a lot of customers. There are a lot of you name the customer industry: banking, hospitality, manufacturing, education, government. You name the customer industry, we have a couple of, or maybe a huge number of references present across it. Now, I am sure you might be excited to push this solution into your existing customers. So you can reach us out for the Africa and Europe regions. We have Miss Janvi. For Middle East. It's myself. For Asia, we have Kunal. You can reach us over email. You can reach us over WhatsApp. And the most important thing is we are giving you a free software link wherein you can log in, click on this link, and you can have a GUI experience of our software as well. So we will just stand by for 5 minutes for any Q&A. You can put your questions into the Q&A session, or you can write down in the chat box as well. And this is our metrics partner portal. So I'm sure you might be requiring the brochures, you might be requiring short presentation, you might be requiring videos and everything. So every single material, data sheets, any sort of marketing support, if you want any mailers, if you want to have the certifications for your sales team, if you want to see how to deploy the solution, any single thing you ask, whether it is from lead generation perspective, from technical understanding, everything is available. You can log in and sign up at partner.metricscomsec.com. So any questions? We are seeing the chat box and Q&A box. So I would really appreciate if you can put some questions if you're having any inquiries, right? How is the licensing work with this product? Is it perpetual or term based? So yes, we have two solutions. We can give an on-premise solution as well as a cloud-based subscription is available. We are hosted on Amazon. The licensing model works very simple. I would recommend you to get in touch with your local representative. Team, please take a note of this. Any other questions? Okay. For mobile mode, does it require always? Yes, it would require everyone to install the apps. Please share your questions within the section. Glad you raised this. Question will reply. I need videos for access control, elevator control, and visitor management. Sure, Mr. Ahmed. I have noted this down, and our local representative will get in touch with you. Can we expect to have iris biometrics interface? So currently, we don't have any solution for it. We don't have any solution for it as of now. This is very helpful. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for proposing this to the UAE region. So in Middle East, who will be the channel partner? Basically, we are from Bahrain. So I have noted it down, sir, and you can reach me out, and I will align you with the local distributor as well. Third party integration is possible. We have multiple various. We can give you APIs. We can do a software DB to DB level of integration as well. That's a very good question, I must say. Sure, sure. We will share you the IPPBX and access control videos as well. I would rather recommend you to register at partner.metricscomsec. You will get all the videos, all the marketing materials, everything from there. How AI face recognition involved in this case. So over here, we have our biometrics which support face as a credential. So once the visitor comes and inside your organization, if you have kept all face recognition, so once you do the enrollment at the visitor gate or at the security gate, you can assign that what all doors or facial premise devices he or she will be able to access. So face is nothing but a credential which could be used in visitor management. Yes, definitely, sir. We have a good presence in Oman. You can reach me out. I will share. We will again flash the contact us screen. So I, personally recommend everyone to log into partner.metricscomsec and reach out your regional representatives, and we can definitely assist you in closing all your customer inquiries. Okay, we had good amount of questions. I think we were able to comply all of the questions, and I'm sure there are a lot of other questions which you are not able to which you are not able to put it here. Pranchu, can you help us with this question?
Yeah. So basically, regarding creating a visitor initiated visit, right? That can be done using the kiosk which was been provided, right? A self registration kiosk, and at the same time you can also do it using the VMS app, which is present onto Google Play Store, right? Through which you can basically ask the host, right? So the for approval it will go to the host, right? So visitor initiated visit can be created using VMS app and also with the self registration portal. Regarding the is there any option to disable OTP for visitor enrollment? Sir, for visitor credential enrollment, there will be no OTP verification, but to register the visitor details itself, right? To register a visitor details, right? OTP functionality is being provided. Basically, it has been provided to make sure that the visitor who is visiting that organization is being checked or validated using their email IDs or mobile numbers. So that is the reason it has been provided with the OTP options.
Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? If you want to have a one-on-one session, please drop us and request. We would be more than happy to assist you. And as committed, we would be sharing you one link in the chat, and you will also receive it in via email. So once you fill in your basic details, you will get a certificate of participation that will help you to show it to your customer that you have a complete knowledge of Metrics visitor management solution, and they would allow you to present the entire solution. Any other questions? I will be flashing the contact us details once again so that it's easy. You can just note it down, and you can share it with your sales team or maybe technical team, whosoever is meeting any of your clients. You can take a screenshot of it. You can see the contact details for Africa, Europe, Middle East, Asia. It's must recommended that you access our free software link. This is the user ID SM and password is admin. Also, for all sort of marketing or technical resources, please register yourself at partner.metricscomsec.com. I think we have some questions popping up. Yes, Mr. Ahmed. Hello, I have a question. Please write it down in the chat. We would be more than happy to answer it. Yes, Mr. Ahmed. You can just write it down in the chat box. Yes, you can reach out to Miss Rachna for Bahrain region. That is completely fine. Waiting for your question, Mr. Ahmed. Okay, can we see a video of the VMS process? I had played the video. If What I will do is we will share the video link across all the attendees as well. We have a short 1.5 minute video as well. So that would be a very good marketing tool in order to generate some leads. Mr. Ahmed, I would recommend you to register at partner.metricscomsec.com. In that, you can get all the collaterals. You can get it on Metrics website, and I will ensure that all the attendees who have joined will receive an email with a link of marketing collaterals. And the entire session is being recorded as well. So we will also update this recording session at partner.metricscomsec.com. A video of visitors using QR code to access the door. Yes, we will be able to provide that. Any other questions? Pranshu from our product management team will assist here.
Yeah. Now, sir, regarding the same, what can be done is, right? One thing which can be done here is that you can use a kind of face as a credential, right? Which makes it more viable. Any of the credential which are been enrolled into the metric system, right, or the system which has been installed, right, it needs to be enrolled only once, right? So what you are trying to correlate, that is the fast biometric system, right? If it has been enrolled into the system once, they don't the visitor will be visiting the organization after a while, right? They don't need to enroll themselves into the organization again, right? So that way the following thing can be provided. But according to what you have told, right, already registered on the visitor mobile device, that mobile device credential can basically not be pushed to the VMS access control. A kind of an alternative can be provided. As I told you, biometrics once enrolled into the system, right, will be captured and will be kept against the visitor details itself, right? So they don't need to enroll again and again.
So we really appreciate each one of you to spend this much amount of time in your busy schedule, and I hope we were able to make this session knowledgeable, fruitful, and you might be able to generate a couple of inquiries and turn it into a business opportunity. So every attendee will receive an email from our side, right? Once you do the, you will be also asked to share us a feedback as well. So if there is any feedback on the presentation slides, any feedback, we would really appreciate it and we would see the improvement. I think we have a couple of more questions to be addressed here. Is there a way I can connect one on one with you, further elaborate? Definitely, Mr. Peter. I believe you can reach out the representative, either Janvi, myself, or Kunal, depending upon your region. We will love to have a one on one session. Yes, Mr. Sandeep, I will definitely explain you how the pricing model works. You can be in touch with Rachna. We can have a joint call as well. Okay, okay. So I think that's it. That's it. You are always welcome, Mr. Peter. So I believe, thank you for your time. We will just end the session over here. Are there any other questions? Okay. So I believe, can we have a Arabic interface? Yes, we do have a multi-language support as well. We have a couple of deployments done in Arabic language as well, Mr. Muhammad Ali. Thank you, Omari, for the confirmation. Thank you. So I believe we are little bit running out of time now. Again, repeating the summary that please get in touch with your regional representatives, Africa, Europe, Ms. Janvi, Middle East, Parth, Asia, Kunal. Please access our free software demo link. User ID is SM, password is admin. And please do access our partner portal, partner.matrixcomsec.com. And thank you for your valuable time. Thank you, everyone.